Hi, my name is Brittany Duclos. So I grew up in a Christian home. I grew up in the church, and when I joined the military, I guess the world was just not what I expected. I started to kind of seek my own faith outside of the identity that my parents had taught me growing up. So, in that I was kind of like drinking too much and just seeking worldly things. And I didn't know the peace that I had always had until I lost it. And I started struggling with depression and just identity issues and like who I really was. And I feel like until I came back to the church, that was when I realized what I had lost and what I had been looking for all that time. Every day after work, we're trying to kind of get away from like the day-to-day, and I feel like it became a habit to just go drinking, go to the bars. And at the time, my husband and me just had this very like volatile relationship. And I think I realized that I wanted him to fill that need, like the Jesus need in my life. But he was never gonna meet the expectations that I had, because I had always had peace. I had always known, feeling complete growing up. At that moment, I realized that I had lost that peace that I had always known. So that's what led to a lot of the drinking and depression and just like, I guess, the inner identity struggles that I had. I didn't really even know who I was or if it was okay to be me anymore. That's why I started seeking Jesus again, because I started to remember, like even growing up in high school, people would say things to me like, you just seem so sure of yourself, or you don't seem like you need anyone else. And I didn't know why I lost that. It wasn't until I lost who I was that I realized how rooted it was in who Jesus was. I was invited to church by a friend, and when I walked in to worship, it was like remembering who I was all over again. In that moment, the presence of God came back to me, and I knew, and like the peace of God came back to me. And it was like all at once. I was like, this is what I've been missing. And that's when I started to really seek a personal relationship with Jesus, and not because of what anybody else expected of me, but because it was what I knew I needed. So looking back, it's crazy to see all the places that the devil tried to take the blessings that were to come. Just my marriage, my friendships, my relationships. Like God had a plan the whole time, and he was working it out for me to live this abundant, blessed life. I have a happy marriage. I have 4 little boys, and it's just something I never would have imagined, 10 years ago. Where we were seemed so chaotic and so lost, and I didn't know I could get back here. So thank you, Jesus. For me, the biggest thing, it was rebuilding those relationships in the church. I'd been hurt by so many people, and learning to trust and have accountability and have true, genuine friendships of people that really wanted the best for me. Having people speak into my life because they actually wanted to see me be blessed was just so different than what I had experienced previously. So I would say that the church is where I learned to love again and to let people love on me, and it just to be okay to be me.